There, comic book fans. I am back again this week, and it was a pretty big week for me. I think I had 10 comics and a book. First, we'll show you the freebies, though. It took me a minute to get that Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. New comic shop news. It's time. The Doomsday Clock. I guess they're doing the Archies. This just tells us everything that's going on and gives us some Spider-Man cartoons. I enjoy that every week. And this, the Summer Insider. I think this is a little late. They must have just shipped extra ones to my shop, or they must have just put them out or something. Because summer's over in a week. Beauty Horror 2. Okay, IDW stuff. We'll give this a look. There's the freebie stuff. And this was also a freebie because my friend gave it to me. It's Mr. A. I think this is, what did it say it was? Steve Ditko stuff. Mr. A, second edition, January 2010, but you know, the stuff is from 69, 72, 73, 2010. I think most of this early stuff is Ditko, and you get a lot of the nature, a lot of type, and the nature of what's right and wrong in here, and how things are black and white, and there is no gray area when it comes to justice. But the Ditko art and storytelling is really, really good. This is something I read. Well, there's a big double-page spread. There's a lot of like short stories in it. There's some 1-pagers and 4-pagers and 5-pagers. Whoops! I just made my thing go crooked. Don't lean on that. But so I read a page because like it's kind of a tough read sometimes because whoa, the ship is tilting, because there's a lot of lecturing going on in here. But I enjoy it. It's fun stuff. It's good to see Ditko. Check out Mr. A sometime. And here's the reason that my bill was so expensive this week. Palookaville. Number 23 came out. This used to be a comic. Last 3 issues it's been a little book, which runs $22.95. The artist requests that this band be disposed of upon purchase. I guess he doesn't want that ruining the... I don't think I've disposed of them, though. Seth is one of my favorite cartoonists. I love his stuff. Clyde Fans, which is in the back, is one of my absolute favorite stories he's done, which is just this guy. Here he is young. He's also old in it too, and he's he's been selling fans his whole life. He's old now, and he's just looking back on his life and contemplating. And I just think it's a fantastic story. And then we've got let's see, the trailer park. We've got other bits and pieces in here too. I'm not sure what all these are. The trailer park, but because it's Clyde Fans is the one he's been continuing for years now. But one of these only comes out every couple of years, so I'm always thrilled to see one. And here we have Shadows on the Grave, number 8 of 8. So this one ends. Nice creepy cover of some giant monster eating baby stew. Oh, that creepy Corbin. This has been a great series. I've really enjoyed the short stories in front. I've really enjoyed the long continuing one in back, the ancient Greek tale of a Greek hero and monster. Corbin's, I'm a huge Corbin fan. He's just kind of a master of the form, so I pick up anything he does. And nice 8-issue series, I have to say here. If you're a Corbin fan, grab the Inevitable collection of it, and you'll probably enjoy it. And next we have issue 1 of Retcon, a new Image series. I'm not even sure what this one is about. I was just looking in the back. Where it said retroactive continuity, better known as Retcon, is a psychedelic new series Matt Nixon and Toby Cypress are cooking up for Image Comics this summer. It's kind of like what would happen if David Lynch made a funny book with Steve Ditko and Jim Steranko, but Retcon is even wilder than that sound. This is the perfect series to pick up if you're addicted to the complexity of Casanova or fascinated by the paranormal activities of the X-Files. I actually picked this one up because Matt Nixon, the writer, I used to play touch football with him way back at the turn of the century. I'm still Facebook friends with him. I haven't seen him in years and years and years, but he was part of the I can't remember when it was, late 1999, early 2000s. Marvel and Wizard had sort of a bunch of us used to get together and play touch football. And he wrote a comic, so I figured I'd give it a read. Looks neat. I think it's about guys who go back in time to try to retcon things. We'll see. I'll let you know how it is. And next we have The Hero Denied, Mage, issue number 2. Liked the first issue, finally got into what the story is. Many years have passed, and Kevin Matchstick now has a wife and 2 kids, and he has no idea where the World Mage is, who he was supposedly chosen by to help defend blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de. And so he's been hiding from all the monsters for years, and they just found him. So now he's going to move his family and fight some monsters. And we'll see where it goes from there, because all the other Mage I've enjoyed, especially enjoyed the 1980s series. And I'm sure I'm going to like this one, too. And here we go for another issue of Birthright. Oh, man, I can't remember what happened in the last issue besides the big fight continued. I think Lord is breaking into the Earth a little more. Boop, 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 boop. There's our corrupted hero. I wonder if that's drowning symbolic or real. We'll have to find out. They always give you a double page. Like the old Warlord comic from DC and Mike Grell. They give you a double page spread on 2 and 3. Big fights going on. All sorts of mystic fantasy stuff. Earth in this parallel world. Or have magicians fighting each other. It's Oh, just an ad on the back. I've been enjoying Birthright since, let's say, I think issue 5 was the first issue I picked up. I jumped in and didn't mind. I think I didn't mind missing the first 4 issues. Went back and got the trade and have been buying it ever since. Give Birthright a go. Seems like I have a million comics this week. This is only number 6. Well, it doesn't count the free stuff in Palookaville, I think. Spy Seal, issue number 2. Issue number 1 was kind of more of a genteel spy story than I thought it would be. It's got that Tintin style of art going on with anthropomorphic animals, funny animal creatures, except that it's an adult book in that there's adult situations going on. Not too much, a little bit of violence too, but not too much violence for a spy story. So we'll have to see if it's turns out to be a genteel, gentleman, cerebral spy story or a nasty James Bond spy story. Either way, I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed the first issue. Can't wait to read the second. And here is Batvark, issue number 1, which is a continuation of Cerebus in Hell stuff, I believe. Oh, except it's Batvark strips, I guess. I was a little annoyed at this one. There's another one that's coming out, Aardvark Comics, doing a Superman thing. I was a little annoyed at this only because I really enjoyed Cerebus in Hell. Then I'm like, didn't really get word that this one was coming out, and he's releasing a series of number 1. Look, a new Cerebus number 1 every month, featuring brand new material, but mostly reprints. But it's reprints from, I think, a web comic that he does, and I never read the web comic, so it's all new to me. But keeping track of a new number 1 every month is just annoying to me. But there was a shelf copy, so I picked it up, and I think he's going to just throw the number 1s in my pull list. So I should get them, but this is good stuff. But why do you make a new number 1 every month that I got to track down? That's annoying. Here we go with the Divided States of Hysteria, issue number 4. More Howard Chaykin. He got, you know what? He kind of got a band of bad guys together. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to do just yet, because the world, the U.S. of A. is falling apart, broken down into various factions that are all warring with each other. New York City was nuked by a terrorist, a homegrown terrorist, and then the guy who dropped the ball, the government guy who dropped the ball on the New York City nuking, he should have caught the guys, but he didn't, he thinks. I don't know why he got these 5 serial killers, spree killers together, but we'll have to see this issue if there's actual explanation for what he expects them to do. But at this point, I don't know what he expects them to do. I'll have to read and find out. Gaiju Max, Season 3, issue number 6. Season 3, issue number 3. We're halfway to 6, which the other first 2 series have been 6 issues. This book is smart, gut-busting funny, delightful, bizarre, and at times surprisingly moving. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Suggested for mature readers. For kaiju drug use, made-up cuss words, copious blood and guts, and the phrase Myleeza. Okay. Takes place in a kaiju prison. Lots of drama going on in the kaiju prison. As a prison drama with giant monsters. I jumped on with season 2. You can jump on with season 3 if you like. Someday I'll read season 1. But I enjoyed thoroughly. Like I said, it's one of the most human books out there because the giant monsters all have more personality than most comic book characters you'll find. But it's just a good series. It's odd, quirky, but very, very well done. So give it a read. And the final comic of the week, Kill or Be Killed. With another bland cover. Last issue was one of the best ever just because of the ending. The ending of the last issue made me go, whoa, this is serious now. As if he hasn't been shooting and killing people the rest of the series. But the last issue was all kind of this, take a break issue. He was trying to figure out his life. Trying to figure out if he had to kill any more people. If the demon was gone, he killed enough people. Then at the end, it was just like, whoa, oh, quick nudity, we'll turn that page. No, you're not allowed to see that. Whoa, you're not allowed to see that either. Cars. You can look at cars. That has been approved by YouTube for you to look at. It was like the last couple of pages of the last issue were just like, wow, he is serious now. And this is just a, Brubaker and Phillips Breitweiser hit another home run. I can't say enough about their work in general, and this series has just been good, good, good. So give it a read. Finally, we'll give you a look at our background art. We've got In the Face of Fear. This is one of my comic book sized drawings. It's just on a piece of Bristol board, but it's in a bag in the board because I made it look like a printed comic. One of my scary monster drawings that's all ink and some marker in there. This is one that's, once again, it's on paper, but it's made to look like original art. So I got different themes going on here. This is one of my newer painted lady ones. I did the black and white ones with all the patterns in them. I decided to do some smaller color ones with sort of a different theme. And this is one of my world's finest sketch covers. It's a wraparound. Let me show it to you. It's Batman drawing on world's finest 283. I made my own sketch cover on the actual issue. And if we open it up, that's how it wrapped. I put the logo and such on the back just for the heck of it, just because I wanted it to open up like that with all the weird lines in it. And I think I have this and In the Face of Fear on eBay if anybody's interested in buying them. I'll leave links down below to where they are. And other than that, y'all have a good week out there.